Hey guys, this is Meta57 and I have something I really want to get off my chest. I ordinarily don't make videos ranting on other users unless you count commentaries, but this is a situation that is really getting out of hand. So much that I just had to make this video. And just a warning, I might come off as pretty harsh at some points in this video, so I apologize ahead of time. Some of you may have seen some of my community posts I've made in the past 8 months, where I complained about a certain individual named Rowen Jackson Films, also known as Skunk X Fox Productions 5874, who made an account impersonating me. At first, Rowen Jackson seemed like a guy that I would like. He was a big fan of my movie spoof videos and even cast me in some of his own spoofs. Don't worry, I was cool with it. It seemed really nice since no other spoofer I know uses me in their spoofs, so seeing at least one person cast me in them definitely put a smile on my face. So far, he's only used me in one of them so far, which he's barely started on, but he still made it clear that he planned to. And he even had me and Edelgard be a couple in some of them, which seemed appropriate since I had myself and Edelgard be a couple in some of my spoofs. And when my spoofs account was terminated by YouTube's tyrants, Rowen was the only person who publicly made a video mourning the loss of my spoofs account. There were a few things Rowen did that I thought were kinda weird, but I was still cool with him. But all that changed at the end of last year, where I saw something baffling. An account proclaiming to be my new spoofs account. I ordinarily don't make videos talking about people impersonating me because most of my impersonators in the past were trolls trying to get a reaction out of me, but that doesn't seem to be the case with this guy. Because his cast videos he made on it didn't seem to show any disrespect towards me. Well, at least not intentionally so. His cast videos actually had a lot of the same choices that I put in my real cast videos of said movies. There were some exceptions, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, a lot of the cast choices he has in his cast videos seem pretty faithful to what I do in them. But nevertheless, that does not make it okay for him to impersonate me like this. Now, like I said, I believe that the one who made this account impersonating me is Rowen Jackson. Because out of the people I know, he seems like the most likely to impersonate me but have it be out of fanboyism instead of malice. I suspected it within weeks after he started impersonating me, considering how Rowen Jackson was the only person in the spoof community who cast me in his spoofs. I try to be fair with him and consider the possibility that maybe it wasn't him, but that was probably just some lunatic I don't know about. But as the months went by, and after doing a bit of looking into Rowen Jackson's accounts on both YouTube and DeviantArt, and then coming back to the account impersonating me, every hint I have of who it could be pointed to him. Not only were both Rowen and the impersonator both the only people in the spoof community who publicly addressed me, but the impersonator also used a lot of characters that Rowen Jackson used, especially characters from Kingdom Hearts, Mario, and the bad guys. They both have Lily and Ash as Kiara and Kovu in their Lion King cast videos, as well as Paul as Nuka and Larxene as Vitani. Coincidence? I think not! They both also have all their videos marked as for kids. They both have previews at the end of their cast videos. In the impersonator's intro video, he used the same clip of me that Rowen used of me in his Polar Express cast video. Speaking of which, at the end of that video, he used the same screenshot of me and the same screenshot that he used of me in his fake Meta King cast video, as he did when he made a Who Framed Bugs Bunny cast video for me. And it's a screenshot I don't even like, because I think it looks kinda creepy as a still image. But do you want to know the thing that clinches it and completely changes everything? Because while I was getting screenshots for this video, I decided to copy-paste the link in the video description of one of his fake Meta King parts. And when I pasted it, it took me to a Vimeo upload of said fake Meta King part, and you can literally see the username, which literally says Rowen Jackson. Now he is completely busted. Now I know for sure that he is the impersonator, and that is just despicable. But the question is, why would such a loyal fan of mine resort to impersonating me? Well, considering how upset he was when my spoofs account was terminated, I have a feeling that he made that new account because he didn't want to accept the fact that I was gone, so he decided that he would want to be me so that he wouldn't have to accept it, and that he would carry out my legacy or something like that. I can't really blame him for being upset about my spoofs account being terminated. I mean, if my favorite user's account was terminated, I'd be upset too. And trust me, I was also really upset about my spoofs account's termination, and I was worried that I might never be happy again. But that does not give him the right to resort to impersonating my account. Especially when, get this, he is subscribed to my cast videos account, and on that account, I've stated multiple times I'm still doing spoofs. So he knows that I'm still doing spoofs. So now his pitiful excuse to impersonate me is now completely null and void. And yet he still continues to impersonate me like the unbelievable traitor he is. If anything, him impersonating me like this is more likely to make me want to stop doing spoofs. Don't worry, I'm still going to do them. I won't let one backstabbing little traitor stop me from doing what I want to do. But even though his intentions don't seem necessarily malicious, like most impersonators, he's still completely gaslighting people by impersonating me and doing things I wouldn't do. In his impersonation account, he uses My Little Pony characters, which is a problem because I don't even like My Little Pony. He also has Skymation 2415 Productions in his family and friends list, even though I've talked to Skymation probably like as much as 3 times in my years of knowing his existence, and all 3 of these times being spaced several months apart, and having only watched a few of his videos. The fake account's video descriptions also have very poor grammar. Look at this. Kevin as young Simba, both childhood characters, and because I sharing him with the Combat King. Olaf as Rafiki both make a same scene from Olaf Presents. Team Rocket as Shenzi, Bonsai, and Ed. All are evil, 1 female and 2 males. And even if you ignore the bad grammar there, I decided on Kevin and Simba before I knew about the Combat King spoof. And the Meta King spoof was done a year before Olaf Presents was even announced. Rowen is clearly getting his facts wrong as to why I cast certain characters, and it just comes off as him making assumptions. And I'm not even interested in using Team Rocket as important characters in one of my movie spoofs, because I find them extremely annoying. The closest I've done to that is when I just used Jessie as a spam bot in my Smashes and Brawl spoof, when she had like 3 lines in it. And the other example of gaslighting that I'm referring to? The cast changes that I didn't cast, like I brought up earlier. Why is he using these different cast choices than the ones I used? I have 2 different guesses. 1, he can't remember who I used and is just trying to think of whatever characters he would use, or ones that he thinks that I would use to fill in the blanks or something. Or 2, he does remember and can't stand the cast choices I use in my real cast videos and wants to remake my spoofs the way he wants them to be remade. I'm trying not to jump to conclusions, but considering how he's the same little pest who makes videos telling others to make cast videos for him on his main account, I'm gonna assume it's the latter. And if so, then that is very, very low of him to try to control who I use in my spoofs. And that's another problem with this guy. Rowen thinks that it's okay to make these stupid videos pestering people to make cast videos for him. And he even thinks as low as to tag them in it, when he could very easily, I don't know, just simply post a comment on one of their videos asking this. People have even called him out for this on DeviantArt, yet he doesn't care. He just keeps doing it. But back to the point I'm making, I'm seriously convinced he just got butthurt with the cast choices I used, and so he wants to control who I use in them. Some fan he is. I've seen a lot of spoofs with cast choices I don't like, but at least I don't respond like, how dare you cast a video this way? You shouldn't cast this character as this character because that's not how I want you to cast them. Rowen, I am very disappointed in you. You have been a very good fan, but to just straight up betray me like this is inexcusable. Because if you were a true fan, you wouldn't impersonate the user you proclaim to respect. I'll even say that you are the real-life equivalent of Incrediboy from The Incredibles. I really wanted to like you. I was considering even subscribing to your channel, but after seeing what you've done, now I have less of a reason to. Because you might just be the worst fan ever. And the fact that my fan base, which consists of several actual fans that actually treat me with respect, also has this backstabber as part of it is insulting. I think it's safe to assume that he needs to see this video, because my previous attempts to talk sense into him have all failed. And in case you people accuse me of harassment, he's the one who keeps throwing the first punch by uploading videos impersonating me, so if anything, I'm acting more out of defense. Hopefully this video was enough to finally get through his thick skull and make him realize that impersonation is wrong. Maybe he'll see it since, again, he subscribed to me, but in case he doesn't see it, I want you people to do what you can to make sure he sees this video. But then again, considering how completely ignorant he is, what I say in this video is probably just going to go over his head. Though it's worth a try. And besides, I still want to spread awareness about this guy and what he's doing. I'm sorry if I came off as hateful in this video. I try to keep my cool, but once again, this is really getting out of hand. The fake account needs to be terminated. And as for Rowen Jackson himself, I just hope that maybe, just maybe, he'll finally realize that what he's doing by impersonating me is wrong and that he'll go back to actually being a proper fan of me. Thanks for sticking with me throughout the video. I am Matt527 II, and I will see you later.